Good morning and welcome to day 5 of our Danocan Hawaii 5-0 adventure trip. Today we have one primary goal, and that's to drive to the summit of Mauna Kea and check out the top of a dormant volcano and observatory. But first we're starting our day here in the town of Mountain View, Hawaii, and checking out the Mountain View Bakery, home of the famous stone cookie, which I had never heard of. So Emily had done a little reading on this place and discovered it's been in business since 1936. A couple other neat old buildings here in town. This is on Old Volcano Road, Volcano being the next town to the north of here. So I assume at one point this was the original highway. And, much like Route 66, things get realigned and towns get bypassed. Check out those cute Brittany puppies for sale. Very nice breakfast. All the baked goods have been really good. Hawaiian donut, and you got something there?
Blueberry Danish.
And
of course coffee.
Oh yes, and the coffee, I gotta tell you, the coffee here is fantastic. And it was what, $1.25 for the coffee?
Yeah.
Compared to like $5 in a restaurant, so fantastic.
And we're also very interested in these original stone cookies. Apparently they've been making stone cookies here since 1936. Gotta say, we don't actually know what they are, but we bought a whole bag of them for $5.49, which is a great price. There's a lot of cookies in there, and we'll be trying those later.
Later? Not now? Okay. Later. Something to stay tuned for. Okay, so temptation and a little bit of Danocan whining convinced Emily to open that bag of cookies now.
Plus, I thought if they're really good, we might want to get more while we're here.
Well, yeah, it is our last planned day on the east side of the island, so it's kind of like it's our last chance for anything that's on this side for us to hit.
So my first observation about stone cookies, they're quite large and they are quite heavy, kind of hard.
Yeah, let's split that one.
Shot here.
Can you break it? Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of like tea biscuits. Or biscotti, basically. Yeah. Nice, light flavor, good crunch. Yeah, it's like flat biscotti, basically.
Yeah, nice flavor. But yeah, if you're expecting something soft and chewy, no, they're stone cookies.
I did see on the menu, there are different ones you could get. These are the original, but they did have soft version or raisins or
yeah, there was raisin, coconut, and chocolate chip.
Yeah, and I think soft or even extra crunchy. So quite a variety, but glad we tried them. They're pretty good.
All right, we have turned off the saddle road and are on Mauna Kea access road, heading up towards the visitors center. So looks like it was clear and sunny at the summit. It's a little bit cloudy here, but I think as we get higher, we're probably going to get above these clouds. Current temperature is 58 degrees Fahrenheit. It was 80 degrees in Hilo already this morning, so major temperature dropped already, and we're carrying on up.
So we're still on the access road, still haven't made it to the visitors center yet. We're at about 2,500 feet of elevation, meters. There we go.
Yeah.
We're in the Mauna Kea Forest Reserve. We've already seen a few feral or wild goats in the road, as well as a feral/wild pig.
All right, well, we're at the visitor center. The GPS is reading about 2,740 some meters. So we're still actually, fair amount lower than where we were a couple days ago when we did Mauna Loa. I don't know why I can't keep that straight. So that's good. We're going to follow the best practices and hang out here, check out the visitor center, spend about half an hour kind of acclimatizing to things. We've seen a couple vehicles heading up the road. The sign said the road is open, so we're going to carry on up that way in a bit. But for now, we're going to hang out here. You can't really see it too well probably on the screen, but standing here you can see the road switchbacks back and forth repeatedly up to the top. You're going to check out the Hina enclosure. Brush your feet before and after you enter.
It's gravel till about here. It's not on the map. It's not paved though.
A look at some of the telescopes and observatories that they have up at the summit. Many countries represented: Canada, France, United Kingdom, of course the United States.
There was a dog, a hunting dog.
This is a great sign. You probably can't read it, but it explains why Mauna Kea, and it's above 40% of the Earth's atmosphere. It's a very dry climate, and being 19 degrees north of the equator, it can see all of the northern hemisphere and 85% of the southern hemisphere.
Oh, the sun. The sun 8 minutes ago. Works like a jet. Oh no, it takes
Heavy equipment being delivered up.
light to get from the sun to us. Yeah. And then the feed is actually coming from the equipment to this other side. The guy who works for the Canadian Department of Land and Natural Resources, and he says the same thing happens there. That people wait until the last minute and then they protest.
Don't know if you can see it up there, but that piece of heavy equipment we saw at the base here, still climbing its way, about to go out of sight here behind one of the hills. We're getting ready to start the drive. We just have to stop and check in with the ranger here at the entrance to the road and see how far we get. Should be kind of fun. I mean, this was the cache and the experience that caused me to pick the Big Island as the location for the Hawaii 5-0 adventure tour. So it's kind of a big deal. There's a guy jogging up. Morning.
Morning. So how many of you trying to go up?
2.
Okay, were you here for at least 30 minutes?
Yes.
No animals?
No
drones,
animals. No drones.
alcohol? No one with any medical conditions like asthma, high blood pressure, heart problems? Scuba diving in the last 24 hours?
Nope, none of those.
Okay. No recent surgeries, right?
Correct.
How's your fuel? Where's your gas?
Fuel's
gauge?
full. We filled up in Hilo.
Where is it?
This one here.
Oh, okay, very good. Now it is the four-wheel drive?
Yes.
Engage the 4 low for me, please.
Okay. There you go.
You're going to be going up and down in 4 low.
Okay.
You can go up and drive, but when you come down, don't come down and drive. Okay, you're going to be using your low gears.
Okay.
So you can go up and drive, come down in 2nd gear, but still in 4 low, up and down.
Okay.
It's 8 miles to the top, 4.5 miles is on gravel. Gravel starts just a short ways from here.
Okay.
Other than that, any questions?
Nope, none at all.
Be safe.
Thank
See
you.
On the way back.
All right, see you.
So much.
Yeah. Sign of an observatory of some sort. All right, we've done it. We've driven up here to the top. My altimeter is showing an elevation of 4,049 meters. I think that's reading a little bit high because, again, it is affected by barometric pressure, but still pretty freaking cool regardless of what the actual elevation is, just to see it reading that on the GPS. Huffing and puffing our way back up to where we parked. That is the official summit there. It is a sacred site to the Hawaiian people. We were stopped by a ranger because there is a geocache, an earth cache up there, and we saw other people hiking up there. So we were just about to start down the trail when he stopped us, and we didn't read the sign at the trailhead quite to the proper level. We only read the first sentence that mentioned it was sacred and to treat it with respect. We did not read the bottom part that said, do not hike to the summit. So no disrespect was intended. It was purely an honest error. And frankly, it's probably a good thing given the elevation and how huffy and puffy it is just hiking back to the Jeep park behind us. Probably a good thing we didn't attempt it. There's where we parked, in between a couple of observatories with some more on the horizon. We had read from some other people who have done the hike, or not the hike, but the drive, to be careful and leave your vehicle on because it can be affected, elevation can affect the batteries. So we've done that and we're ready to start back down. Coming down Mauna Loa, the big concern is your brakes. So in keeping with exactly what they told us to do, we're in 4 low. Our automatic transmission has been shifted into second gear, and we're basically using engine braking to slow our descent. So that's working out really well. I haven't even really had to touch the brakes at all coming down. As the ranger mentioned on the way up, there is a brake check at the bottom where they stop you and double check to make sure you didn't smoke your brakes coming down, so that when you get back out onto the main roads, you're still safe to go and you're not going to suffer a brake failure. So as we're coming down, we got about a mile and a half left to get back to the visitor center. I want to just kind of talk about the road itself a little bit, because depending on who is describing the road to you, they give it different sounding levels of difficulty. And I'm just going to say from my perspective, you know, coming from mountain roads, I mean, this road is not narrow. There's plenty of room for 2 vehicles to pass. As we saw when we were at the visitor center, you know, there's full-size semi-trucks that make the drive up here. So I mean, you're not really that narrow or concerned when another vehicle is coming up. That part's not a problem. Even the steep sections, yeah, you might have to kick the accelerator a little bit when you're coming up to get your gearing to shift down and pull you up. But it's you know, it's a fairly normal mountain road for where we live, so it's not really intimidating. I think if you were coming from a place like you know, Kansas or Saskatchewan, where you're not used to driving on the side of a hill, it could be a little bit intimidating. So, you know, just gauge your own comfort level, and as with hiking or anything, there's never any shame in turning around.